Mic on. Yes. Ah! Good afternoon, JR! Sorry, I had to grab coffee, of course, because, you know, just to power through today. Ooh! I can get my chair to go forward a little bit. Oh, yeah. Ooh, oh. Here we go. That's better. Come on, camera. It's not too much movement. So how's everybody doing today? Maybe people have noticed that I didn't upload the stream from Wednesday onto my YouTube because I think it's a bit useless because nothing much happened. So, but today we have a lot to do. Oh, make sure that doesn't fall. But hopefully, I feel like we could finish the build of the chainsaw. It depends on my sculpting skills with foam clay. Oh no! You need to order someone. You say, get me coffee? But what I'm hoping, so I painted around the place where the handle's going to sit, so that's protected, and because I won't be able to reach it once I get to that spot. So I am going to wire through the bottom speaker, because I do think I need a little piece of foam on top so I can grab it if I ever need to get to it. Then we can slide in the wiring, glue in the handle, the the big part. I have one of the little dots for that one's dry. I had one failure, and the other one's still drying. So, but one can go on. To be very careful. Oh, don't tell me that this one has spots there. You go back in there, hopefully. That protects it. Right, okay, that's done. So yeah. So that's because then once that's in, we can use the thin fabric, the thin foam, to pretend it's leather. Hey, Henrik! And wrap it around and install the buttons to make sure the buttons are solid and in there. And then we can glue on the handle. Look, I've done a lot of sanding and filling. But it's not floppy anymore because we've got the warbler installed. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get all that done today. And then all I have to do is try and sculpt. Where did I put that piece of... The little skull. Oh, wrong way around. I need to mark it better, don't I? Little skull and the little weird tail that it's got. But I might want to put at least one coat of red on before I glue this on. But we're going to use some parchment paper to build it on so that we can play around with it. I don't want to put it on the chainsaw and try and build it from there. I want to put it separate and then glue it on. Because I think that's a smarter idea. That if in case something goes wrong, it's on the parchment paper and not. I can't be angry at it or try and remove it and all that sort of malarkey. So, but yeah, once the full handle is done, we can start painting the rest. And then we can install the teeth. I mean, I've had those teeth done since last year, I think. So See if I can get them to show better on the stream. Actually. So. Something like that. And then. Because we have to put it underneath the parchment paper as well, so we have to do. Well, all you need is a 60-degree angle, because that's kind of what I found. I'm very happy with myself. So this morning and some of the day, I've been, so at the moment in Rotterdam, there is TwitchCon EU. Now, I didn't have the money to go because I am planning already to go to the Netherlands in October to go to an event, and I'm going to London next month. So there was no money to go to TwitchCon because the tickets, I mean, they weren't cheap. But I was listening in because they always announce a lot of new things at the. No, I'm not a protractor. All you need is like one of those that has the angles on it. So now you can probably see it better. Oh, go on. So we need to put the skull and that weird thing on it. And I have to sculpt 2 of them, of course. So yeah. We'll have to see how my sculpting goes, because we also my challenging on the shin armor. Right. Right. And a mess. Why is my camera not working? No, because that's the view from not long ago. Because you can't see me, and I'm here. The fuck is wrong with that? Hopefully this goes right. Yeah, no, the camera's not working. No, what you're seeing is a still image. Because where are my hands? I'm not there on that camera. See, now you see my hands. It was frozen. Oh, for crying out loud. See, now you can see me. But yeah. So I was watching the opening ceremony of Twitch with the just some people. I mean, one of the people that we raid into sometimes, MC Crofts 07, the body painter. She was there as well, and she had a panel later on as well with 2 other art streamers. One is a miniature painter for Warhammer, and the other was an artist. So that's really interesting because it was a really interesting panel. But during the opening ceremony, they talked a lot about all the things that they're planning on doing. So they've got, if you're a mod in the channel, they now got a special channel for mods only in the Discord. I'm on the Makers and Crafters Discord, but I'm not on the Twitch Discord because too many people. They're doing all kinds of interesting things with bits and stuff like that. They lowered the moment you can start earning money as a streamer. And even if you're not affiliate yet, you can still earn money, but you just can't get the money until you are an affiliate. And they also lowered what you need to be, not to do, to be able to become an affiliate. So they lowered. So it was was it 50 followers or something like that? And you had to stream for a certain amount of time. You had to have an average amount of streamers. So they've amended that. But even before that, if you start streaming and people give you subs and subscriptions and bits and stuff like that, you still earn it. You just can't get it till you're affiliate, and then you, of course, make sure you got the minimum. And they lowered the minimum. The minimum used to be $100. The minimum now is $50. Now, if we can just, get the dollar in a better position so that my payout is a bit better, because that lowered because of America. But what they're also going to do, and this is one thing I really found interesting, is the money you have on your affiliate account or the account. Hey, somebody can, throw you bits. But they're going to allow you to use your balance on your Twitch account to subscribe to people. Now, I find that interesting. And they're going to do more to get people to subscribe. So do more of the September things. When you get half price subs, or if you you get 2 subs, you pay, something like that. They're doing a lot of things. So it's interesting. I think that's what they changed. The only thing is that if you do get subscriptions, bits and stuff like that, you just can't get the payout until you're affiliate and have the minimum payout amount, which is $50. Now, it takes me, with an average of 4 or 5 subs, takes me about 4 or 5 months to get to $50. So I've just spent €40 on more fabric for the artillery witch, because I was just not happy with the fabric I got from the other place. So the only thing now I'm using from the other place is the fabric I bought for the shoes, because it's quite a nice stiff dark grey fabric, and the fabric for the cape, which I still have to dye a little darker. But I got new fabric for the top and for the skirt. So the top is if you were there, I think. The top is a thinner fabric, and then the skirt is a thicker fabric. So yeah. But at least, this is me just, of course, trying to absorb information while things are going on around me as well, because I wasn't sitting there listening. I was listening but doing things, because, I really don't have much time on a Saturday to sit still. But it's interesting. They're doing a lot of things. They're trying to do a lot of making it better for streamers. I still think, to this day, that's nice that they made those changes. But still, to this day, the percentage of streamers that can live off their streaming is still a small percentage. So now I don't stream a lot of hours. Now, even now that I doubled my streaming a week, now that I'm streaming a minimum of 6 hours a week instead of 3 hours a week, there's still, people are not interested in watching makers and crafters a lot. So but that's just one of those things. I just wish, for instance, that the Prime subs, so the people that have Prime subs, that get auto-renewed. That can happen. Because I think a lot of people forget about their Twitch. Because I forget. I have... well, actually, now it's expired. I have to get a new one again. Because on Amazon PL, I had Prime for when I ordered a couple of things from Amazon. And I was like, it's only a tenner, let's get some Amazon Prime, because Amazon Poland was quite new, so the Prime subscription was quite low. And I was like, sadly enough, I can't subscribe to myself. So, I've subscribed to other channels, but I think it's expired. But I used to forget all the time. If you pay, you can set it to auto-renew and it will auto-renew. but the Prime ones don't. And I get it, because if 100 people have a Prime subscription, and then 50 people forget, cost them less. So I get it, because, it costs pesos less, but not that he feels it. Right. But the panel about, and something I need to be just better at, the panel said about the art panel with the crafters panel. This needs to stop as well. This needs to stop as well. These people that offer viewers, if you pay, you get viewers. And, I've got it auto set now. But why can they not stop these people? I must say, during the pandemic, there were so many hate raids that they have improved a lot of the tools for the mods. And they have improved the auto detection of hate raids. And that's another thing they're going to do. I think they've got a new mod panel. Now, I don't have any mods in my channel because all of you are pretty cool, except for the occasional spammer who gets booted out by me automatically because I've set it up so that way. So that's pretty good. There's people that have God knows how many mods, but I don't seem to get. I think in the time that I've been streaming, I've had maybe 1 or 2 weird people in my stream, but nothing I can't handle myself. I remember once I was raided by quite a big streamer with over 100 people, and even then it was pretty manageable because it's makers and crafting, and I don't think the art community, crafting community in general doesn't have a lot of weird people. Usually the people that come in are not crafted and are being weird, are not crafters. They're not from the community. They're usually people that just see low viewing channels with low views and see a woman and then go, ha, we go and annoy someone. And it's like, I do know some female streamers have it. They need that many mods because of the problems that they have with streamers, with people in the chat. But they're usually either just chatting, or they're gamers. And some gaming communities are so toxic. We won't speak about League of Legends, but yeah. Or not Call of Duty, Counter-Strike. So but yeah, I like to see more improvements, of course, because so yeah, so you can see the shiny where I've been painting the inside, painted on top, painted all the way. So the part that's going to be hidden underneath the handle is at least now protected. It's got a layer so the foam doesn't get problematic. Now, what we said, I was going to say I need to put the speaker in that goes at the bottom, because I think to get it out I will need to have something on there. I won't actually need to wire through here. And I need, where are they? Oh, there. There we go. I think it's a thing of the internet as well, though, these days. It's getting better. I think there's less tolerance for fuckery. There you go. Yeah, to get you out, I will need something on top of there, don't I? Yeah, that might be easier to have something on top, so I can grab that. And I think that would help as well. With having the other one. Okay. But yeah, the one thing that I should take up from what they said and all the things they said on that panel, because people talk about social media. Now, I don't use Twitter or TikTok. Not for, at least for here. I mean, I have a TikTok account. I don't post on it. For Hades Design, I've got my Blue Sky and I've got my Instagram, and I think that's the only things I've got really. I've got the Facebook page, but that's just because I wanted to make sure that nobody could take that page, and just in case, because especially on Facebook, people have a tendency to steal content from people, usually from YouTube channels. So, and then post it. Yeah, I think that has helped as well. I think with the lockdown, that there were a lot of young people online that normally were not, because they were in school, and of course now school's online, so they were more online. So yeah, I think that has something to, and I think during COVID there were, of course, kids were at home, but also the parents were working from home if they were, and then there was less supervision. And I think that was some of the problems. But yeah, I need a tiny little square. Can I just use a square? I think that might work. Don't think it needs to be that much thicker, because I have to also watch, of course, that the other one, you know, fits underneath. So, but I want to put this in, so because it's going to be a fucking pain to try and seam through there if I don't. I do think some streamers have really grown since the pandemic, and have now been able to like make it a full time on it because of the fact that so many people were at home. Right, let that dry for a little bit. So I have to tape down these wires again so that I can get them on the other side. I mean, it was also clear, like, when the game I played play a lot, PlanSide, which is like a MMO FPS, you saw immediately once when the pandemic happened that there was a massive surge in players because people were like, oh yeah, I forgot about this game. Alright. Yeah, that works. No, they're still not fully glued on. Alright. Leave it to dry for a little longer. You can go there again. And this is why you don't throw shit away. Thought of something. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here it was. Okay. Right. Leave the mouse there so I don't hit it. Now let's put this aside, as was thinking if I get to the point where I can start thinking about the next thing. Yes, that's decently stuck on there. Okay. Let's wire this through. Okay. One speaker installed. Whee! Right. That's going to start in 30 seconds, so I'm going to wait for a second. Ah. Now, just making sure. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Now, so it might need to be smaller because I still need to put my little cover on. Where's the cover gone? Here. Yeah, it needs to be lower. God damn it. Come on, wiggle out. Unless, can I push even deeper? Would that help? Thought I tested it. At least that's perfect. No, okay, so Just making sure. Can't say I'm the best of soldering. And this falls off, so that's no use anyway. So we'll just have to. Oh yeah, we can pick it up. Never mind. We don't need a little button on it. Anyways. There we go. Come on, get it. Well, maybe I do need something so that it's not like too low. Oh no, actually, I think that's fine. You go there, and then here we go. Ha ha! Speakers. I've got the little lip here, so I can take it out. Now, I haven't done this one yet. I haven't made the points on it yet, so I can actually install it properly. Because, you know. But right, I am going to take it out for the simple reason that I know I have to fiddle with those wires still to get them through. I need to be able to see somewhat. So if you go out and you go still there, you go all the way down there, so you're not in the way. You can go on there. Right. Everybody's back from the ad. So now, hopefully, this goes right. Ah, told you I should put my mouse on the other side. The installation. Have I got my... Oh. Here we go. So they need to go there. Where's the hole? Over there. So it needs to be around here. Okay. Right. Should cover that so that they don't poke up and break, because you know. Right, let's see if this works. Come on. No, go through. God damn it. Once they're through, I'm done. Right. Come on. Come on, you too. Black one's gone in. Yeah. Okay, so the black one's here. Okay, got you. Making sure it doesn't go any further, because it needs to go out there. Now we need the red one and the yellow one. Alright, here's the black. I need this tape, thank you. Give me the tape. Where's the hole? Need to move that way, isn't it? Yes. And this is why I haven't glued it in yet. And on the other side. There you go. Now hopefully the red one and the yellow one are there. Come on. Ah, don't be stuck. You need to be just one further. Oh, there you are. Got ya. When I'm going to make the bolter, and it's going to be the last thing I'm going to make, because I have the bolt pistol. So if I ever not get to doing the bolter, I'm like, I have another handgun, just in case I don't get to doing the bolter if I ever want to go to dress up. But I have to make sure I really make it a lot easier to access any of the wiring that I'm doing, because this is, although better than the second one I did, it's still a palaver to try and get these. There's the yellow one. Okay, where's the red one? Are you there? Right. Okay. Oh, come on, Black. Black, you're there. Okay. They're a bit in the tape, but and that's why it's hard to push them at the moment, because the wiring is the tape is a bit stuck. Can I pull you through? Yes. Okay, they're here. If I could just get the tape off, I can pull them through better. Yep, here we go. Right. Yellow. And the black. And the red. Here we go. Wow, that was a bit of a ball ache. Right, now, here's...
Praise the Emperor!
Whee! Now, I think I'm going to use super glue, because our plastic... The metal didn't glue on, because probably the metal doesn't like it. Right, so there's a green line here. That's where the edge of that needs to go. And once that gets glued in, we can move, hopefully, without issues. Right. Move for a closer. Right. Oh, that made me hot. Right. The only problem is I can't really put any glue in there, so it's only one-sided. But let's hope it works. We'll see how it goes, and otherwise we'll try some super glue. That should work. This is high density foam. We know that now. Right. So it's about, hang on, before I do that, it's about 2 centimeters thick. So just making sure I put enough on. There we go. So from there, it is 2 centimeters, isn't it? Yes. Till there. Alright, fingers crossed, everybody. Oh, the glue's taken up the colour. Oh well. I'm gonna wait a little bit. There we go, a bit of tacky. So yeah, so once that's, once it's glued and it's staying there, I can measure how far this goes in to the handle, and then before I put that on, we're going to do the wrapping and installing the little buttons. And I've been thinking, I've literally been lying in bed going, how am I going to put the buttons? I think I'm going to put them this way because I have the, so, I need to figure out what's going to be the most. Is it vertical or horizontal, which is going to be most comfortable? Because there's one that I have to hold to make the noise, and one I just have to press once. So. Right, let's. God, that's a mess. Look at the paint coming up. Right, let's move this into place. Go, not too far. I can't see the line anymore. Oh god. I think you go there. Right. Is that right? Hopefully. Well, I have to let that dry. Yes, yes, I want to have a muzzle flash, and I want to have the sound. So, like the sound I have on for the chainsword, that I have also got the sound for the bolt, the bolter, not the bolt pistol, bolter. So one of the things I wanted to do in the front, because Arduino have circular LEDs. Is it in here still? I may have to find it again. Add a new source, pixel LEDs. So something like this in the front of the muzzle. So if you think about, if I got, you got, so you see how I made the bolt pistol. So you can see there, that circle is pretty much the size that fits in there. So I would have in the body, I would have all the stuff. So I would have to, I'm thinking about having something that can be lifted off on the side. So to have like that inside, and to actually, there's actually trigger switches. So a switch that you can make into a trigger that you actually can use. And so when I pull the trigger and then have a similar, I'll probably have to use a trinket, doing a trinket. And then I can do both sound and light. So I want to have, like, when you press the trigger, it's just doing the sound and the light at the same time. But yeah, I wanted to have something, so use some LED foam here so that it's still see-through, and then use like a red-orange kind of flash when I pull the trigger. So when you pull the trigger, it does it. Same with the sound. I need to check precisely which of the boards I need for Arduino that can do both sound and a light. But yeah, in principle, when thinking about it, it's just literally building it hollow and then put it in from there. So you literally either pull, so it's got the thing on the bottom on the bolter. So either have that as with magnets up and down, and that's have all the information in there. But yeah, I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. But if in a, you know, I need to repaint, I need to finish painting this. I would love to build something bigger like that. But I think if this is the moment where I'm like, I really would love a 3D printer, because then have parts 3D printed, because that's going to make it so much easier. So, I mean, a lot of people build everything 3D. So I'd like to stay a little bit more like into the foam sections, because I do think it's a different skill. So, right. Now, can I... This is still difficult. It's not... I can still move it. Maybe it's the paint that's making it harder to do. Oh, actually, maybe if I move it in the middle, that will help. No, I can feel it move. Yeah, it's moving, I think. Although it does pull. It doesn't pull fully out. You can sit there so you're not in the way. It needs to, yeah, see, it's moving. Yeah, it's moving. Damn it! Yeah, it's moving. It's not sticking as well. Yeah, okay, right. I need to make a new mark now because I don't know exactly where it's... Right, so let's push it all the way in. Right, so now move. There we go. Is that in? Yeah, that's in. Okay, so it's a bit more. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that's still okay. Okay. Because I can hear the tick when it goes in. Yeah. So that's. But. That didn't glue in at all. Okay. Right. New marker stripe. It's going to be covered anyway, so. Just making sure. Are you fully in? Yeah, you are fully in. So, but we still. Right. Right. Okay. So, try super glue. Right. Ah. It's like, where the hell is my tape measure going? God damn it! Give me a second. Gloves, because super glue. Hopefully that will stick. I don't know anymore otherwise how I'm going to do it. That's the problem, because I can't take it apart anymore because, yeah. Where's my little tube? There it is. Really hope this works. I really would like this to be a little bit easier. Do a little bit more here. Oh. Right, let's try this. Please, Emperor. Right. I do like, I'm glad I made those covers, because where the speaker is, you can't see it. Because it really, it's, you know, you see just the fabric. I mean, before, if I didn't have that there, you could see the little, you know, the actual speaker that sits there. So I'm glad I made the little covers. Right. let that sit, because I do have one of the buttons ready that cover the magnet stuff here. So having used the little thing, just waiting for this one to dry out fully. This one's fully done. And there's going to be another ad. Starts in about a minute. Just so you're aware. So let's cut this excess off. I probably have to cut off that little bit. I've put some new knives in my knife. Where the fuck did I put it though? That's the other one. But that one I need something that's. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. I need to make something so that these don't fall over. God, this is tiny. Not cut my fingers, thank you. Oh, this is not straight. Oh, for God's sakes. Will you notice? No. No, you won't notice. And if you do, you don't. Right. Right. I'll have to wait, as always. But I really hope the super glue is working on that, because I really need it to work. Are we on? Oh, okay. Right. So yeah, then I have to mark where this cover goes in here. And then we can start wrapping and putting the buttons in. That's really going to be... No idea how that's going to work. But we'll figure it out. Still a little bit. So as you can see, I did some filling of the sides, make it look a bit more smooth. Can I put you on yet? Yeah, you're still a little bit shiny. But yeah. I mean, I'm pretty excited the way it's going at the moment. Right, can I put you on? Yeah! Look, a tiny detail. Just a tiny, tiny detail where the magnet's underneath. And thank you so much, Doodle. Have a good hunt. And if you're streaming, have a good stream. Thank you so much for lurking. But yeah, that makes now as if it's a rivet. Yeah, that means you have to get up. So I'll just have to wait for the other one to be fully dry. Yeah, it's not fully dry, and I don't want to risk it and messing it up like I did on the other one. So. Right. Oh, you got a fancy coffee machine. Now, here's me just drinking. I know. Fraxy will absolutely always tell me off, but I just drink instant coffee. Do I have a grinder? Yes, I have a 1940s, 1950s hand cranking coffee grinder. Because as a kid, I have some really good memories about that. And it smells nice when you grind beans. I just haven't got a fancy coffee machine. I know. You can join Fraxy with that one. But I just don't have a fancy coffee machine. If I have one, I want one that I can use go like an Italian coffee, like put the grinds in, I grind in the coffee grinder that I have, and then put those inside the machine instead of having one that grinds the coffee in, because what? We have a cat. You come in? Come in. Yeah. Is she audible? Papa, you gonna come and say? You gonna say hello? No? She won't let me pick her up. I can touch her with one hand. As soon as I put two hands down on her, she'll be like, no! Because I know you're gonna pick me up. But yeah. One day, I'll get it to come and join me on stream. Right, so while the handle is drying, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed still to this day that the super glue will work, I just have to think what width of these strips I'm going to make. So how much is this? That's 3 centimeters. Right. Oh yeah, she's like... The thing is, like, if you compare her now to 2 years ago when I first took her home, which, thinking about it, is now, yeah, 2 years and a month. She would not even come to me. There she is. Did you land or crash so you could type? She wouldn't even come to me, and just, she would be always on a distance. Even just closing a drawer in the kitchen would make her jump and run off. Still, some of the unusual sounds makes her jump. But in general, she's a lot better now. Yeah, I figured you had to wait either to land or the game finishing or you crashing. Yeah, she wouldn't come close to me at all. And in my time, every time I visited my mum when Kimi was there, Yeah, she wouldn't. Even for treats, she had to put the treat on the floor. Have we said that to Frax? Fraxie needs a desk side coffee machine. She needs, have her desk with a computer and then have a coffee machine next to it. But yeah, I just don't have one. I have a kettle at the moment because I drink more tea than I do coffee. So, although I've gone up from drinking no coffee to drinking 1 cup of coffee a day to now drinking 2 cups of coffee a day and sometimes even 3, which is very unusual for me. But I think it taken her about a year for her to actually come to me and say, "Hey, can I have a pet?" And now she won't leave me alone sometimes. She'd be like, I'm gaming, or like now, like I'm streaming, and she'd be like, "Meow, meow, 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 meow." Like, I'm a cat. So yeah. Anyways, how wide am I going to make these strips? I think I can't make them too wide. So let's make them 2 centimeters first. But yeah, I mean, I was like, when I moved to Poland, I was like, alright, no more mammals. I don't have reptiles because reptiles are very easy to keep. No hair, all that sort of malarkey. Yeah, and then she came into my life, and yeah. So now I'm a cut mum again. I must say, it has helped after my mum passed away, so have something there. Right, 2 centimeters is that line. And then put it on the same line there. Why does that not look straight? Not that it matters that much, because nobody's going to see and measure it, because it's just going to be wrapped around, but yeah, that's small. Oh well. So we're going to just, around the handle, just probably have to do it twice, because these buttons are a little bit chunky. Yeah, some do. I have a crested gecko, which officially you should give crickets. But she decided about 2 years ago that she didn't want crickets anymore, and they just became pets in her terrarium. So I stopped feeding them to her. So now she just gets a. She doesn't need them really, as long as you give them the full-on. So I give her. A powder, and her favorite is watermelon, and then I mix it with one that has some more like insect proteins in them in a mix, and I mix that and give that to her. So but yeah, it's a lot of them eat bugs, and I don't think there's 100. There's a couple of 100% vegetarian reptiles, but yeah, this kind of depends. So I should really now test to make sure if this worked or not. So but then again, a cat eats meat as well in principle. My cat is full carnivore. Right, fingers crossed that this works. Though need to put one underneath there as well, just in case. Right. Come on, work. Oh, come on. Damn. I'm not strong enough. I think the paint has made it sticky. This is a problem. Well, the magnets are too strong, I don't know. Please tell me I haven't glued it to the fucking base. That'd be fucked up. This is where you need the second person. There you go. This. Are you working now? Can I move you up and down? Yay! It's stuck. Excellent. Right. Perfect. Ugh. Right. Right. It works. Right, so now we can start installation of the buttons. Okay, so around there is the end where that is. Alright. I mean, right, so let's take this tape off. Right, and I have to remember, this is why I color-coded the thingies, the wires. Yellow is the normal one. Okay. So yellow has to be the one that I have to be able to access the best. So how am I? Poop, poop. I have to think. They need to be at least a little bit away from each other, because if I have a glove on, I need to be able not to hit them both at the same time. And the one that I need to hit just once needs to be just somewhere out of the way. So if I think about this, ooh. Or have it on my finger there. So if you think about it, not use my thumb, but use my finger. That one, you can see. Use that one to press the button. But then it's going to be trouble. How am I going to... Oh, I think think I need to do my... If you put your thumb around like that. See, this is another thing that I was looking at when I was looking at how I hold it and how it's drawn. It's drawn with the thumb like this. Oh, I'm out. Like this on the handle. However, you don't hold it like this. You hold it like this, so your thumb's always going to be like over your hands. So it's drawn like if you... Where's my mouse? So if you see how... Oh, have they got it like that? Like that then. But still, that doesn't... That's so weird. You wouldn't hold your thumb like that underneath and then your finger over top. That makes no sense. Because that's what it looks like. And it's like this. Because that finger is moving out. And that pinky, look where my pink is. It's almost on the same level as these three fingers. And her pink is like there. It's like, oh God. It's like tiny. I mean, if you look at your hand like this, the pink is a lot smaller. But when you curl it around, it's almost on the same level. See, all four fingers are next to each other. And on the image it's like, it's there. It's like, how? Why would you put your thumb underneath your index finger? That's weird. So let's just ignore the fact. Let's just ignore the image. Is that... Let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that. So, let's hold it on. So that's how I would hold it. If I was thinking about cutting. There's probably different people having different opinions. Because it depends on what kind of sword. Because a one-handed sword is held differently than a two-handed sword. And then of course sables are different as well. Sorry, I used a fence in like a very short period of time in my life. But it just needs to be comfortable for me, so I do. Because what she's holding it, let me check. I always have to remember which way around she stands. Because yeah, it's in her right hand and the bolter is in her left hand. Or is it the other way around? It's that way around. Ah. Which leg did I put the skull on? I think I put it on the left one. So this is in my right hand. Yeah, it must be the right hand. There. So So where am I going to put the buttons? I also noticed that there's a bit of a curve at the end, so I must have put it on something. Oh, the camera makes it even worse than it actually is. I must have put it on somewhere and it must have got hot and got warped. So I need to lean it the other way around again. But I just need to figure out where I'm going to put the buttons. So I need to have one to hold and one to... So maybe I have to put them... Put it there. Oh, that is going to be interesting. I also need to bend these still so that they go flat. Without breaking the freaking wires. Right. Let's have a try on. Okay, so it can't be straight. Oh, maybe I can just have to push it a little. Okay. Okay, I need to make them longer. I need to make it bigger because that's... But then again, the problem is... Make them bigger, they don't stretch around as well. I'm pretty sure in the olden days they would yeah, you can't, there's no way you can see that. Also, these buttons need to go deeper. It needs to be quite a thick handle to be able to hold on to it. I'm gonna try a couple of things. Alright, that makes it. I mean, it kind of works. I'm gonna cut a wider strip, see how that works. Ah. Damn it. Okay. Not the most perfect strip, but... Right. So what if I took... I think 4 centimeters is going to be too big. Right, let's see if this works. If I can cut properly. God damn it. Doesn't matter that much because you won't be able to see many of it, but still. Right. See, the problem is still that you can't really it's not stretchy. Let me think for a sec. No. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh. Okay. Yeah, yes. Oh, you just do it in one rope. No, that's see. I need it to be a bit thicker. That's not what I was looking for. Right. And one of the things I did see though, is if you heat it up it gets a bit more stretchable. So let's see if that works. Just don't like the look of it. Or maybe Instead of starting straight, I need to start on an angle. Maybe that's the trick. That is the trick. Why am I such an idiot? Why am I trying to straighten? Because of course that doesn't work. That's better. Right. So the thing is, I need to cut 45 and whoops. Okay. Alright. So I need to cut a hole as well where they, because how thick are they? I need at least 3 layers probably. What if I start with a thicker foam and just make it round and then wrap the foam around on the last bits? Let me grab, because it's quite thick, so is this my 3mm foam? This is 3mm foam. Come out. Ah. At least I think it is. Where's my centimeter? Ruler! Are you 3 or are you 5? If I don't stand in my own light, I might be able to see. That's 3. Okay, you come here. Right. Right, let's see. Right, so how long? Oh, and if the diameter is 1.5 circumference, so diameter to circumference. Diameter is 1.5. So circumference is 4.7. Alright. So 17. So what is this? 4. So grab 18 because it's. And 5 centimeters is about there. Alright, let's try one bit. Stay there. Ugh. So put this here. Okay, let me make that straight first. That's on an angle. And that's why I cut a little bit more than I needed. You guys move. Okay, make a new cut there. On this line. Good. Huh. So that lied. God damn it. Why am I doing difficult anyway? 'Cause I have a freaking that's 5. And this is 5. Why is that not working? How much longer? Centimetre and a half. Okay. Try that again. No, I need okay. So if I put this on that line, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Ah! I need to put that mouse away. Right, I have. And this is why you shouldn't use a plastic ruler, because you cut into the ruler. Okay. Right, let's see if I can Measured it right this time. Yeah, now it can fit around. Right, so now I need to figure out where I'm going to put those buttons. So if I hold it, always hold it like that. That's where one of the buttons should be. So that's where one of the buttons should be. One, because I can always put my hand away. 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two. Okay, marks made. Let's see. So, you're so small. I just realised this is not straight. God damn it! Oh, come here. It's thin enough to cut with scissors. Don't know why I'm doing so difficult trying to. Right, so if you sit here and then here. That's where you're going to sit. Tip you down. That's where you sit. And the other one, you need to sit slightly there. Right, buttons placed. I think that would work. Hang on, let's try that. There and there. Oh, you need to be slightly different place. That one is fine. That one needs to. Yeah, you need to move. So you're fine. You need to move slightly there. I want you to be Sorry, this is like small bits of work, but I need to move this button around slightly because the hole's there as well. So can I move it that way around? I need you to sit a little lower. Can I? Can I sit you there? Oh no! Oh no, still stitched. For a minute I thought I lost my black wire. Oh. I mean, soldering is not my strong point, but, you know. Can I put you there? That way? Yeah, that would work. There. That's where I want you. That would work. Yes, I want you to be that way. Thank you. Now you can be here. Flat on there. Okay. Okay. Can I pull the red wire a little? Yes. And the yellow's there. Yeah. Red is now. Oh, now it's fully. There we go. That's right. Now, and if you sit there, flats there, and then let's. So I need to make a hole there. Somewhere around there, anyway. At least I hope so. Hope you can't hear the person mowing their grass nearby. That's fucking annoying. I mean, it's something I need to do because, you know, grass is pretty high at the moment. Part of my fence is down as well. Not the full fence, just the privacy part of it. Right, let's see if I can squeeze. If you sit there. Go in that spot there. Yes, 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 yes. Now that didn't work. Okay, so if you sit there, that actually works quite well. Okay. Ow. Ah, I was hoping people couldn't hear it, but... It's annoying me, but that's because it's just one of those drony noises that's just annoying noise. Right, you go sit there again. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is trying to get these buttons to be in place while I wrap this around. Okay, that might work. And then you go around there. And then I can fill in that part. Okay, that might work. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly make sure all the wires are still connected. No, they're not. I had a feeling that wasn't was happening. That one's still connected, but that one's not. For God's sakes. Okay, so I need to solder that one together again. I had a feeling I saw a loose wire. I can't do that now because I haven't got my solder setup set nearby. So, but this, so I guess next week we have to finish this. So I need to take a small sliver off. And that's a risk you run when you're doing this. Okay, that fits. Okay, so I'll do that finish that off next week then, because we'll have to. Hoping to get that done today, but I have to resolder. But at least we've got the positioning, and what I'm doing at the moment is so you can see the holes where the buttons are going to sit, and then where did I put that little piece? Where did it go? Oh, I'll cut another, and I'll fill it up with another piece from here. So I'm going to wrap this around. So this is a 3mm fold, and it's, I think, the buttons are, if I I used the millimeter side and not the inches side. Yeah, they are about 4 millimeters high. So once this is around, then it covers most of the button. And then I'll use a strip, or even the bigger strip, like this, to do the wrapping. And then just cut the hole where the button's going from. And then it's completely covered. But you got coffee now. Oh, there it is. See, there's the little piece that goes from there. So that's... So I'll have to solder back the black wire, otherwise, of course, it won't work. And then we'll have to test it, because I have a feeling maybe making sure that everything else is still connected. So we'll have a quick test before I glue everything down. But I'll do that next week. But in principle, what I'll be doing is... glue down this piece of 3mm foam so it covers most of the button, and then use the is it 2mm or is it 1mm? I think it is 1mm. Yeah, 1mm. So I can do either 1 or 2 wraps, making sure that only the button is visible, and I'll just cut a hole the size of the button, and then it be covered, and then all I have to do is glue on the handle and paint, in principle. But what I'll start now, is because we've got about an hour, once I clean my desk, is the arts and crafts section of trying to create the symbol that's on the front, the emblem. So you go there, you go there. I need you to go on there. You can go back. Let's clean up a little, because, you know. And I'll need my sculpting tools. Where's my other... Oh, careful. I'm not knocking over my... Oh, there they are. Nail art tools. They kind of work for sculpting as well. I've got some... What do you call them? Silicone brushes that sometimes help smoothing shit out. So you guys go here. You go back there. Don't need that one. Tape can go back. Actually, leave that here for now. You can go with the rest of the scraps. Come on, let go. Let go in the bin. Thank you. So you can go in there. You go there. That's another one of my tools. Oops. Right. So, I have sculpting tools. I need some water. I want to do that because yes, the water is black. It's paint for my paint. Doesn't matter because you know the foam clay is black as well. And I need a piece of paper. And the most important part, foam clay. Right, so let's cut a piece of no, it hasn't. So now I can draw this one on here. Eyes around there, teeth. And oh. There we go. Something like that. Right. Oh. Get my chair a little bit closer. Where's my skull gone? I don't have a skull around here. Oh, did I move it? There we go. Just for reference. So one thing that you don't have to worry about in my house, there's always skulls lying around. Okay, right. I might have to get some more of this because I have a feeling that I'm going to use quite a bit. Right. Do you see alright? Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know how much relief we're going to have to get. Hang on a second. So that's... It's not quite good, so it needs to be quite flat. It's not very sticky out. That's the right word for it, sticky out. Well, true, but you know, if I have a reference for it, you know, it works better than my own. So it's not super. What do I do? All right. See, moments like this, I'm always thinking like, it'd be nice to be able to 3D sculpt this and then print it out in 3D on 3D printer. But hand drawn it. based on the image. I had to make the dimensions slightly different because it doesn't work. Okay. Some more. I have to do that ridge there. So it's about in the middle here. Must be a Xeno skull because it's quite weird how that jaw works. It's not a human skull. Well, could be, but keep my fingers wet, otherwise it sticks to your fingers. It's got a bit more ridge there. Like, ugh. It's like, yeah, it needs to be a little bit more. Because I think this is sharper here. This needs to be got more up. We're getting there though. That's a general shape. Yeah, just needs a little bit of reliefs. So let's play around with that a little. So one of them is here. And then here, oh, there's a bit of a dip there. I've got an eye hole there. Let's get my round tool. I mean, it's a lot of it is not visible because once you paint it and then put some relief in, that's when you really will see. Oh, I did the wrong way around. Should be a gradient here. And it's sharp. Hole. Oh, it's not. It shouldn't be round. It's semi-round. Damn it! That didn't work out. Although that's okay. It's more like a moon, isn't it? Not a circle. So somewhere here. I need it to be a bit thicker. And smooth it out. Let's push. Okay. Still not fully happy about that. That's better. And then there's a bit of a thing here at the temple. And somewhere like that. Might be too deep there, but I'll have a... Actually, I think that works. Yeah! Ah! Look at that! Oh, that's... I don't know how much you can see from that because it's quite shiny still, but... Now just to put the teeth and this cheekbone that they put really weirdly in. I'm quite happy with that. It's going better than I thought it would go. So... Hey, Negatron! How did the move go? Or how's the moving going? Cool! Ah, but those are the last things you pack anyway, isn't it? So everything else that... I mean... So when I moved from the UK to Poland, a lot of the stuff went with a mover that was organized by the company that my ex then boyfriend was going to work for. And at that time I still had an active business making clothing from Lycra, so I had about 50 rolls of Lycra that I all wrapped in plastic, and they were like, what? But other than that, it's like boxes everywhere. So, but yeah, there were things like my sewing machine and things like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm moving them by car. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were just lucky that they paid for it. It's just that he didn't explain how much stuff we had. So, yeah. When I decided to leave him, I actually rented a storage space. Hey, Blaha Mama. Oh wow, that's quite a... But then you're going quite far, so I don't know if they use mileage in the rental. Then again, here in Poland you can't, or in Europe in general, you can't drive a truck over 3.5 tons without a truck license. So the teeth are going somewhere here, and they've got this weird thing here. But yeah, I started moving shit out. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, because you're going quite far. I mean, up until I moved to Poland, I still had a truck license, so I could drive trucks over 7.5 tons because I had my large license, my large A license, as they call the large C license, as they call that here, C1 license. Because in the army, I actually got my truck license. So I don't know if I ever told the story. So the function Mountain 2 mode. Driving that far, you probably need a Monster or Red Bull or whatever alcoholic thing you need. Just a warning as well, by the way, ad starts in about a minute and a half. So if you might get an ad. I can't predict it. I don't always get ads, but yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, what happened was, so showing my age here. So I got my license in 1997. Now, in the Europe, you don't get your license till you're 18, and I was already older than that because I used to live in Amsterdam, in a large city, and you don't really need a car license there. Everything's public transport is really, really easy. So I didn't have a car license when I joined the army. So yeah. I volunteered to go to the former Yugoslavia, and the function that they gave me, without realizing, was one with truck license. Because back there, there's transport involved, and I didn't have that function in my normal base. So that was November when I got the function, and I said, Sarge, I don't have a truck license. And he's like, shit. So in December, in 2 weeks, I had to learn how to get my car license. And then after the Christmas break in January, I had 2 weeks to get my truck license. And 3 months later, I was in former Yugoslavia driving truck around. So that's how I ended up with a truck license. Is it just 2 lines? Is it more lines? Yeah. Absolutely. But because it's so long ago, you have to redo it after so many years. So when I moved to Poland and I had a UK license because I changed my Dutch license to a UK license. But the UK was leaving the EU, so I knew changing my license from UK to Polish would be hard. So, you know what? They're going to change and remove it. Because, yeah. Why keep it? Still not fully happy about this part. No! Stop! Ah! Damn it. I think everybody's back. Yeah, so my license is C1 license, which means I can drive a truck that's not detachable. So, you know, you have trucks where you have a big front part and then you have a trailer. Those I'm not allowed to drive, or was not allowed to drive, because I decided when I moved to Poland and changed my license over to not renew my truck license because I didn't want to do the other test, and it's like, why would I do it when I don't use it? But it was one where you could drive a truck that was attached, but over a certain weight. So in Europe, in most places, you can't drive a truck that's more than 3.5 tons. And between 3.5 tons and 7 tons is C2, and then over 7.5 tons is C1, and then you've got C, which is driving a truck with a trailer that's attached. I could drive a 7.5 ton with a trailer of up to 3.5 tons, but not civilly, because that was only my military license. I didn't have a civil test for that. So. But yeah, for a long time I had a truck license. Still have a full motorcycle license, and of course my car license. I think. Leave that like that. I think that's the skull done. I think that's pretty good. But yeah. I mean, it's a bit shiny still, so it's difficult to see. Oh. But I think you can see the eye hole and the little ridge. It does have more of a thing down, so maybe. Make this a little sharper. Maybe add a little bit to it. Yeah. Let's make that job a tiny bit taller. Okay, tiny bit in the corner. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how else I'm going to do this, so, because it's not really. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I must say, I mean, if you think about 5 years ago, I don't think they had foam clay, or if it wasn't readily available at least. I think that'll do. Yeah, I made the to jaw a little longer. I do think that's better. Just need to smooth out that side a little. Does require a lot of thinking because you really require wet fingers if you don't put, you know. If you have any, you really get stuck on it. Right, next piece. And I have to make 2 of these. Because I assume it's on both sides of it. Right. Make sausage. Needs to be thinner. I'll get that off for a sec. Ah! And I also learned after doing the sculpt on the knee armor, on the knee for the shin armor, to really try and smooth it out as much as possible just with water, and not think like, oh, I'll sand it. It's a pain to sand. Right. Okay. Gah, come here. Right, let's see. Yeah, exactly. I kind of like the fact that it's not like it's got a bit of Needs to go up a little still. Yeah, I like that. Right. 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 That's one piece. And do the little bit there. Gah! Come here. Alright. Yeah. This is why I had a piece here. And connect the two pieces. Okay, smooth that out. Right, now the other side. I actually should take a picture of this, shouldn't I? Oh well. Do that with the other one. Ah! Right. This needs to be quite a long one. Oh god, I just saw the time. Damn it, I don't want to stop. Guess we'll go on for a little while longer. 'Cause this one it's getting smaller down below, so I need to make it smaller. I will need to wash my hands before I go to eat something. Now I always wash my hands after stream, or crafting, but still, it's just fucking hilarious. Slowly getting there. Ah! Need more wet fingers. Okay, almost there. At the end. Ooh, they need to get thinner. The right size, I think. Getting there slowly. This one needs to be still thinner. I think that's it. I need to be able to see. I can't see my drawing anymore. I need to be able to see the rest of the lines. But I think that's... Put the connection in there. Right. Look at that. Now it needs a little bit there to connect. Or can I just push it in? No. Needs a tiny bit. Okay, come on. Let's go. Okay. Right. Here we go. Getting there. Just need to do 1, 2, and a little bit. And a spike there. A spike there. And there's a spike there, isn't there? Yes, there is. Right. Tiny spike there. Damn it! Both hands need to be wet. Otherwise you can't roll. Here we go. Needs to have a point there. Might need to be a little bit bigger. Do you fit there? Yeah, you do. Okay, you can be a little bit stumpier. That's about right. There we go. Okay. Needs to be a little bit lower. Okay. So it doesn't stick out so much. I am surprised how well it does. But that's, I know it's really, really shiny because it's wet. You can see the skull drying up now. But it's pretty cool. Henrik, if you're here, I'm gonna be late. I want to finish this. Right. Ah. Needs to be a little bit longer. There's another ad coming. Again, if you don't want ads and you want to support me, a subscription will help. Don't forget you also have Prime subscriptions. If you're not already using it for someone, of course. God, this is messy. Right. Go. Don't accidentally. Oh, this one is too long. Actually, there's a thingy there that I could do. Oh, Negatron, you don't stream, do you? You do. So, TwitchCon Europe is ongoing at the moment, and they were talking about some of the. Oh, actually, yeah, I think I follow you. I think I follow your Twitch. It's just the time frames probably don't match. So I watched the opening ceremony for TwitchCon, and they're doing a lot of changes to subscriptions, promotions, bits. It's a lot of things going. Yeah, probably. That's the problem with the streaming. I mean, for them it's now early morning, and yeah, I normally when people stream like during the evening in America, I'm asleep because I do have a day job. So I follow a lot of people that I never see the stream of because of the time that they're streaming. Tiny bit. Yeah, since I work for a bank and the things I do require accuracy because of the legal process that I follow, I have to be. I can't be sleep deprived. It's too dangerous. Oh, the last 2 days were nice. Ah, okay. The Thursday, and then Thursday was a bank holiday in Belgium, and because it's a Thursday, a lot of people took Friday off, so it was dead at the bank. So it was nice to have a quiet 2 days. Because I don't get, I get Polish bank holidays. I don't get the Belgian bank holidays. So if the Polish bank holiday falls on not on a Belgian bank holiday, I still have to work. So I don't mind that. I get another day back. God, my hands are so freaking dirty. Ah, cat alarm's going off. I can just hear it in the background. Right. That's okay. Perfect. Perfect. Now I've got one more little thing here and a little stick out there, and then I'm done. god! There's too much stuff on my hands. No, I need a little bit more. That might work. Oh, come on. Roll. Thank you. Okay. No, it needs to be slimmer. Ah! Stop sticking to my fingers. Okay. Smooth you out. And then it comes a little point going here. Okay. Okay. Right, getting there. Just making sure it connects everywhere. So it's not going to fall apart when I take it off the paper when it's dry. Need to make this a bit lower because it's going underneath, so you need to go a bit here. I want you to actually I'm going to make it even more thinner. Come on. This is the end bit. Okay, smooth you up there, that's better. Okay, smooth you out. Right, one more piece and then we're done. It's just the end bit there. I think I need a tiny bit more. Come on. Okay. Smooth you out. I think you need to be longer actually. Let's have a look. You might be right. Actually, that might be right. Yeah, I'm at the end here, and I think just need to make it a little bit thinner, and then point it that way and out that way. It needs to be a bit. Yes, yes. That's the only problem with foam clay. Gah. I think I'm gonna cut you off there. I am very happy with this actually. Now the question is, can I do that again next week? So the end is still a bit wet, so it's very shiny. But yeah, you can't really see the end because there's so much water around it. But you can see the beginning now that the skull's drying out, so you can see the details more better. So I'm quite happy with that. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. Just making sure. Have I not missed anything? I think I missed one thorn. I'm just looking at it now. putting this next to it, I just realised there's another one here. There's 1, 2. That one. So I need one more here. Yes, I need one more here. Okay. I hope the cat doesn't mind that her food's going to be a little bit late. I need you to be a little bit more round, thank you. Yes, I know my battery's low. I've gone over the 3 hours. At least you're lasting longer than the 2 hours than before. Is that? I need you to be round, not flat. Damn it. Right, come on. Okay, that's better. You go in here, and then this way, about that size. Give you a point. A little bit thinner. Oh god, Psycho Sticks again. Yeah, this song is hilarious. But then it's not as good as the Booby song. Booby song is the best. Right, you need to go a little bit more that way. Okay. Needs to be a little bit flat. I think that's achieved. Now it's correct. Now I've got all the spines and everything in there. So I think we got there. You can't see the end because it's a mess, but when it's getting drier, you can start seeing. But yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. Alright, this is gonna take a long time to dry. No, the only thing I do think. Right, I need to stop playing around with this. Sorry, mouse, I'll have to clean you. But I'm quite happy with that. Because that would fit quite nicely. So let it dry. And then see if I can take it off the paper without breaking it. I hope so. But yeah, that's one of the things. So since I am way over my time, my cat probably is trying to chew something. Let's see if anybody's out there quickly to see if I can rate them. Oh, there's there's someone. They're designing Cowboy Carter buckles. Cowboy Carter. Is that... Oh, that's Beyonce, isn't it? Might do that. Let me have a quick otherwise. I always like to find someone else. A new person. Excuse me. Okay. Ooh, somebody's painting Warhammer minis. Might do that. I just want to make sure one thing before I raid someone. Oh, there's a lot of people on. Somebody woken up or something. Okay. Because I remember something. Give me 1 second. might do that. Okie dokie. Where's my rake board? Oh, there. Right. I am going to raid someone who's not really doing cosplay at the moment, but she's making buckles for Cowboy Carter, which if I remember correctly, is a Beyonce thing. But she does do cosplay as well, and I follow her. Doesn't follow me back, but that's alright. So yeah, Wednesday I will be streaming my Artillery Witch. I am gonna have to redo the whole helmet, but I'm not going to do the helmet on stream. I will make sure that I have the helmet done, and we can start on the horns and doing all the other stuff. So next week we hopefully can finish finally the thing, and we'll make the other one, the other little skull thing that we have here. So yeah, we've got lots of things to do, lots of things to go forward to. I hoped to be a little bit further on the sword, but this has taken so long as well, so I knew it was gonna. But then, yeah, we're very close to going back to sewing streams because we have a lot of sewing to do. So, yes, I'm gonna do the gloves, yeah. Gonna have to do it. But yeah, I will see you all later. Be safe.